I've had this conversation with so many people recently, and I wanted to talk about it because I feel like I haven't heard a lot of Christians talk about this, and that can, like, I know just the lack of, like, hearing other people's experiences or, like, has anyone else felt this way, made me feel a little guilty that I was being a bad Christian. Let's just throw that term out first and foremost, but when you first come to Jesus, when you leave the world behind and you're like, I have found Jesus, like I want to pick up my cross, I want to follow him, and you're going through the first like beginning stages of the anointing process of like, he's stripping you of everything that is not from him, that does not please him. And although it's like so hard, it's like, you're just like, your new being is like shining through, and each layer that gets stripped, like you just get to live in a fulfilled life for the first time. And so it's just like so joyful in the beginning. It is so joyful, and it's so joyful still each and every day. But there is, I call it the honeymoon stage with Jesus. And it's when, you know, obviously you know that the world is evil and there's bad in the world, but you literally feel invincible with Jesus because you had just come from the depths of like what the world can offer, and like you're in the trenches, and Jesus just brings you out of it, and you're just like, dang at it, no life could feel this good. And although like there's a sense of that each and every day, I still wake up and I'm like, I genuinely don't know how I did it. I don't know how I ever lived in the world or a second without Jesus. It's this relationship demeanor that switches. And instead of it being a negative thing, I have literally just like, it's like he lifted the veil, and he's like, you know, a promise that I know he's made to me is marriage. And I truly feel like I'm in the training for marriage. And if you know, the Bible talks about that we are Christ's bride. He is our groom. Like the church is his bride. And it's like this, it's our relationship with Jesus. The more that you get into your faith and you get out of the honeymoon stage, is literally a reflection of what marriage, a holy, good marriage, is supposed to be. And that is that when you go through hard things, like the more that I go through just the trenches with Jesus, and he just shows me how to navigate it in a holy biblical way, and like I just approach life differently. The more that we're in the trenches together, the more that like the honeymoon stage phases out, and it's like true love. Because I think I'm 25, and I just now in the most like recent years have understood that like you don't feel lovey-dovey in like a relationship every single second of every single day. It's a choice. And I think the more that you mature in your faith and in life, you understand that like you're not going to wake up and want to like, your husband or wife's not going to be your favorite person ever, but it's a choice that you love them, and you love them because they're yours. You love them because they could be with anyone and they're yours. And that's how it is with Jesus. It's been like, I feel like I'm in boot camp with Jesus, but it's beautiful, and it's so good because I know I'm going to be like, I know how to approach marriage because of what me and Jesus have gone through. And it's like, it goes from, obviously in a relationship, you phase out of the honeymoon stage, and then it's true love. And then it's choosing each other when you don't want to. It's choosing each other when life is hard, when unpredictable circumstances is thrown at you. And like, if you get to experience that first with a perfect love, a perfect Jesus, like an eternal love, unconditionally, then you can approach it in a marriage situation. And I think I've just like, I think there's like a negative connotation, or I don't know, just feeling behind getting out of any honeymoon stage. But God has just like really switched that around in my mind. And he's like, no, then we get into the good stuff. Then it's me and you, and we're in this together, and we're pressing in on each other. And it's like, I am fully dependent on him. And even in the hard times, it's like, when that's how we get closer, just like in a relationship. And so I just want to encourage you, like, if you feel like you're getting out of the honeymoon stage, I feel like I just hit that point after a year of a true walk with Jesus. It's like, I obviously know, like, I still feel invincible in a way where it's like, I literally have the creator of the universe on my side. And like, I know he'll never leave me nor forsake me, and all the things that I know about who Jesus is. But it's like, I'm more aware of how evil the world is because of how good he is. And I think it can be kind of scary to be like, oh my gosh, I'm like not as eager to like read my Bible, or not as eager to spend time with Jesus. But it's like, it's choosing it anyways, and just getting to the process of it, and like pressing in, and like revealing and learning more about him. In those moments, it's like, that's when you are choosing the ultimate love, because it's the choice. Just as when God sent Jesus, it was the choice. He gave us the choice to choose him. And so choosing him every day, whether it's to get in your word, to pray, to whatever it is, like spend isolated secret place time with Jesus, it's like, then that's like, even though it might not feel like lovey-dovey, that is the root and the true love of like the foundation of a relationship, a true relationship. And so I just wanted to encourage anyone that, like, if that guilt starts setting in, if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not as like eager, don't feel bad about it. Like, that is the process of life. That's the process of a relationship, where it's like, it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows, but that's when you get to the good stuff. That's when you're like, and I'll choose you today and tomorrow and the next day, because I didn't have you. Been there before. Don't want to go back. So